Well, the tension is building here at the circuit as the start of today's Formula One Grand Prix draws ever nearer. What drama awaits us between now and the checkered flag? Well, we'll be finding out in just a few moments' time. The Yas Marina circuit is made up of 3.28 miles of track, featuring 16 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both Turn 5 and Turn 7 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Piastri, Yuki Tsunoda, and Russell, Norris, Hamilton, Albon, and Isaac Hadjar, Lawson, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, and Sainz, Bortoletto, Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon, and Ollie Behrman. Doohan and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, DRS is now available. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Checkered flag.
Oh, what a... Oh, amazing. The car was incredible today, really. Well done, guys. What a race and what a pace.
And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
It's been a hard afternoon of brilliant racing, but now it's time for some proper celebrations. The podium awaits. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc, Charles Leclerc on top. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.